All good already, so moved on is scary. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to another video home computer show. I hope you're having a wonderful day on this great moon of this 8th September 2025. As you can tell, my computer's here, which means we're possibly doing something along the line of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So without further ado, let's get into the goodness of this. We started season 2 today, and we're at season 2, episode 6. So you know what? But I'm pretty proud of myself. Now, I'll be completely honest. I'm at 37% batteries. I'm tired as fuck. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. However, why I'm so happy? I'm happy because today we were at episode 16. So we're doing pretty freaking good. We're at episode 16. We're at the birthday today. We were at the birthday today. Holy. Okay, season 2, episode 1, infiltration. So you guys remember what happened is Jake got fired and he got to be with the mafia. So the good news also is this is gonna be super easy because I watched it today. So there's no like, oh, I don't remember what happened. Oh, I don't remember this. I don't remember that. I remember, dude. I remember. Do you remember? I remember. I remember. So we have Jake who's invited to the a mafia wedding. This is super cool because it shows Jake. Now, there's a little bit of a problem, which is solved right away. There's no text that says 6 months later. What's that a problem? Last episode you had 1 week earlier. So if you're gonna do something, do it. Then we learned that it's 6 months. So we see how good Jake is, how close he is. He gets the dawn and he kisses them, which means that they trust him, right? He gets a signal, and this is super cool because this is the cold opening. So he goes in and he hugs Alt. Alt is still very, very, very cold to him, but hey, it's kind of enduring. Child is super excited. Which is super nice. You see the whole squad, and it didn't really change anything, so nothing really changed. But then again, in 6 months, which is a bit weird that they changed it in 6 months, but hey. And at the same time, it's a good choice because if Jake leaves, Jake being the main character, us seeing straight through the eyes of Jake leaving equate to us not seeing anything. There's this super cool scene with Amy and Jake, and it's supposed to feel awkward. And it is awkward, but it's a good awkward. So, for example, Jake is laughing because and this is a good kind of awkward. This is a really proper way, as the British would say, a very proper way to do to do awkward. So. Amy bagged the guy with a fucked up name, and her and Jake laugh about it, which is like, hey, nothing really changed. But then Jake is talking about, hey, what about what I said before? And it's kind of cool because she remembered what he said, but she's like, no, I'm sorry, Jake, I'm still with Teddy. Which is, by the way, I don't know if I should say that because it takes a pretty special man to hold a name like Teddy. Ted is different, but Teddy, I'm like, oof, you know? Not the most masculine thing ever. We have the drill, which is super, super funny. And the drills. And what I love here is there's 2 drills. There's the old woman, confused woman, and there's the kids. Now, why is that so important? Well, because Amy and Rosa and character dismiss a lot of the case. So we remember when they dismissed Super Dan. You remember when they dismissed Gina, so they dismissed a lot of people. So this is kind of cool. And of course, Terry plays the character. This is so cool because Alt is timing them. And this sucks because Rosa doesn't respect Terry. So Holt is supposed to intervene, but he doesn't intervene. Which is kind of cool because he lets Terry goes in, but he's timing. Fuck the time. If you don't treat a customer right, what's the point? You know? Nice. So Gina goes in, and this is also a cool scene. Gina goes in. So this is how you do a pretty freaking good intro. So for example, right? Jay coming in, saying that he loved Amy. Pretty good opening for a second season. But she shut him down. She said, "I'm still with Teddy." And you like, okay, is that it? that's really how you're gonna play it. It's way less than I thought, right? But it's okay. You know why? Because Gina and Charles are the one that goes in and truly save the day, because they fucked, and because they fucked. Nervous. One play two, two play two, and I'm tired too. So when I'm tired, I'm less quick, so I'm more nervous. It's a good plot because there's an end. Now we get a confirmation that they keep on sleeping together, which is kind of super cool. My apologies. Good. So we have the cop with Alt, and he says, "Listen, we're still missing a couple of guys. Like, I know that you were close, but we're still missing a couple of guys. This didn't go as well as planned." And this is the crazy thing. One of the guy left, and it's super cool because Jake, they're using lingo, and Jake is using it also. This just proves that Jake is a good cop, So just missing one guy. That one of the guy is the worst. It's, for example, we just watched Prison Break, and this guy is Teabag. Jake goes back into the mafia, and it's kind of funny because, kind of funny because go back to the mafia, but it's kind of funny because Charles like, yo, did you make some new friends there? Were you cooler than me? And the stuttering is Charles, and just like that, Derek. So then Charles gets jealous, which is super fucking funny. Now this is a weird thing because they do something together, and you think Charles gonna be a police? Is gonna be a police guy who just has a teeth against Jake, and I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know. Because if the police is bad at Jake, then they look at Jake more. Because they look at Jake more, he's under the radar. Because he's under the radar, I trust him because he's gonna bring the radar with him, kind of things. There's Timmy, and there's something so fucking funny because Alt really considered Alt. It's nuts. Alt doesn't consider the Terry as a, but this is actually pretty cool. Alt doesn't seem to consider Terry as his old woman, but when it comes to Timmy, he considers Terry as Timmy. Now, why is that cool? Because it could be a show of how Alt consider the people from the precinct to be his kids, which is super freaking nice. This is so fucking cool. So what he does, Jackie goes to the girlfriend, which is, what we call it? Oh my god, I just realized something. This is insane. Wow. Okay, never mind. They go to the girlfriend apartment, which is kind of cool because she doubts Jake more than him, right? Timmy is pushing the button for Rosa and Amy, just to see how they react, which is kind of cool. The girlfriend is here. Now this is a cool thing. Her was in the Kroll show. That she's close to Nick Kroll. You know who else was close to Nick Kroll? Gina. So I just realized that was kind of fun. This is super cool. What a nice scene. They see the coffee of Volt. The coffee of Volt is a classic, like, there's a big thing coming, so the water is moving, and then is a three people. It's Terry, Amy, and Rosa jumping in a jumping house, and this is how they dealt with Timmy being nervous. I thought it was kind of cool and effective, but kind of cool. Gina is really ashamed because she knows that Charles is not going to be able to keep it from Jake, right? They made their kid. Yeah, it's kind of cool. But see, Alt. There's never a moment in the show where I felt like Alt was a bad boss. And again, we're comparing this a lot to The Office. There's not a moment where I consider Michael to be the great boss. He's okay boss, but not great. So this is kind of cool. They go to the plane, but it doesn't work. So then people are asking him, why are you so mad? And they talk about Amy, which is kind of super cool, I have to say. We got the bar, which is a surprise party for Jake. Old is saying how much he missed Jake and how important he is back to be there. And this is super, super, super good. And because it's kind of reunion we want at the beginning of the episode, we'll do it at the end, right? Jake goes to Amy and says, listen, he said, I still meant what I said. I know you're with Teddy. I don't mind that you're with Teddy. If you're happy with Teddy, I'm happy that you're happy. But I still meant what I said. I have feelings for you, and I don't know if they're gonna go away. So this is kind of cool because he's not putting pressure on Amy to break up, but he also letting her know that this is what's going on, right? And that's pretty much it. Yeah, so Charles is being a good guy here. You know that, and yo, for Charles, I gotta say, I don't know how he does it. This is big dick move. He goes in and he's proud of fucking with Gina because she's hot and he's Charles. And it would be a power move to say, you know what, y'all make fun of me, but guess who I slept with? And he doesn't. It's like, yo, I know that you're not comfortable with this. I'm not gonna expose it. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was a pretty badass move, if you don't mind me saying so. But they sleep again, so that's kind of cool. So we have the episode which is called the slip, which is vasectomy, which is Terry, and this is a really cool episode between Terry and Jake, and also this is a cool episode because we remember that in the what you call it? Ebony Falcon. Jake was the one he trusted, so Terry's like, yo, I trust you, which is super, super nice.
God, no need to be so testy. Yes, you won't be manning the tip line.
Yeah, so Terry says that he's gonna get a vasectomy. Everybody is making fun of him, which is kind of camaraderie, kind of cool, and it might not be the funniest thing ever, but it's kind of cool. It is kind of cool. This is super cool. I love Jake, and this is, it feels weird because of the way he went back, but at the same time, he spent so much time in the precincts that it doesn't really matter. So they're gonna have a quest together, which is really cool. I don't remember this episode. Fuck. Good. Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. Your boy is not feeling optimal. My apologies. Yeah. So we have Jake and I'm gonna say Alt. Jake and Terry. They go to do and we want more of that, right? I don't know why he's bringing Terry. I don't know why Terry is bringing Jake. There's nothing precise about what makes a team, right? But they go together, and it's a hipster with chocolate milk, which is kind of Jake's favorite thing. But this is super cool. This is sad because Terry, wife is out of town, and she had to help him with the vasectomy. And he asked Jake, but he didn't want to ask Jake. He's not that kind of friend. And Jake's like, no, I got your back. And you know what? I know this is a plot line for Jake to be involved, but if anything, and I mean anything at all, it's actually a good plot line because Jake whole purpose is to being a better teammate because he's not the greatest teammate, right? He isn't a good teammate at all. So if it's a road to redemption and a road, see, this is the thing. And I hate to say this, and I'm gonna hate myself a lot for saying this. I feel like if it was up to Old, Jake would be a better candidate for being in charge of the precinct because he sees more potential in Jake than possibly in Terry, And that sucks. We have 50% batteries. Okay. Not a big deal. Actually, it is a big deal. It is a big deal. Give me a sec. Okay. It is a big deal. I haven't uploaded a video in 47 minutes. Shit. Don't die here. Major corn. And I got a new follower, so we're gonna answer the followers. This guy's nuts. What's up, my guy? So this guy comments, I guess he's supposed to be nice, I guess? Okay. The first thing he says is, what's up, Ink? To which I answer, of course. And then he said, tu fais penser aussi à John Lewis. Thanks, mon boy. Which is actually a nice compliment. John Lewis is the other one is an insult. But you know. You take the good and the bad, right? You take the good and bad. It's insane to see how much we worked today and realize that we didn't work half as much as yesterday. But I'm proud of what we did today. We accomplished a lot. Before I go, my own, and the fault is my own. I wanna hear.
Je détestais pourquoi au final? Pour les mêmes petites vieilles histoires que j'ai déjà réglées toutes. Il faut que ça recommence, puis que ça recommence. On va repiocher.
Guys, I'm gonna go. I'm nothing. Okay. I wanna heal. It's just that I'm tired, and when I'm tired, I don't feel like I'm doing a good job. You know? I don't feel like I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.